He has reason for concern. Of course, if his team comes out and plays the way that a lot of people think they can play, they can at least play even with the Badgers. And it's
off opening play of the season. And now he's in his very first game as a brand new head coach of the Pack.
It's the Alvarez in his fourth year, leading them on. 8-footer Hall, a deep kick to Stevens, very deep in the end zone. Will he bring it out? He's going to. Oh, a bad decision. He'll go down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, there, Dan, there's an example possible.
Wide receivers left, the top of your screen. Vargas throws for Reeves. He's got it at the 21-yard line. He will have the first down, as you called.
And there's Reeves. He's already
takes it to 44, misses 2 tackles, and knocked down right at midfield.
Nice stop by Dan Leadup.
Leadup came in and cleaned up on him on a 2nd and goal inside the 2-yard line. Wide open, touchdown to tight end Roan, or make that Nyquist. Wide receivers right. Holmes again broke the tackle and gets out near the first down.
I think he'll just be a little bit short, but Dietrich's running.
Vargas fakes the dive, wants to go up for a bundle. He's got a man deep. Reeves intercepted. The ball was hung up too high, and Scott Nelson picked it off. He's at midfield. Nelson out of bounds near the Wolfpack 40-yard. Good snap. The kick is on the way end over end. It's long enough.
No good. Wide right.
But it is off to the right. So the Wolfpack, after giving up the ball with he will do it one more time. In the seam, the senior ball intercepted. That is Messenger. Messenger weaving his way around the 30-yard line. Finally goes down at the 29. Jeff Messenger, I think, was more surprised than anybody as the ball came right in.
Thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Bevel again on offense. He gives to Fletcher. Terrell Fletcher will get inside the 20-yard line. He'll be very close to the first down. 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Bavell fakes, drops, looks in the end zone. Tight end, touchdown. Again, they go to the tight end. This time it's Michael Roan. Nyquist caught the first one. The other guys. Krishan working him left. Makes a nice cut and will be forced out of bounds near the 40-yard line.
Marcellus, Wisconsin has, but doesn't have any points to show.
Vargas again on a rollout, throws deep. He's got Reeves about the 10-yard line.
Coach Horton wants to get a couple of points on the board.
The kick by Stanford is good, so Nevada has scored. And it's a 14-3 game. Keeps him in striking distance, almost a little reminiscent play. Let's see. Bevel fakes and then throws incomplete on the surface. It looked like they were letting the Wolfpack defense sift in. 1st and 10. They trail 14-3. Vargas 3-step drop, throws right side across the field, intercepted. Oh boy, Senior has to go off his hands, and the Badgers turn away the Pack once again. There was nothing wrong with the throw, but Mike Senior didn't watch it into his hands. It skips off, and the 2nd and 10. Vargas on a slant, ball hit at the line of scrimmage. The volleyballed around.
Another interception.
Oh no, another. And Chris Vargas has had a first half he would like to forget.
They picked up 3 points because of all the turnovers.
1st and 10 as we approach 2 minutes to go. Bevel has a man open up the middle. He threw it wildly and intercepted by Lopez. Clayton, or make that.
That's a big play, Dan, because as you said, the Wolfpack defense
is make sure he gets it off. He does. Kind of pooches it off the side of his foot, rolls. Nice roll out of bounds inside the 15. Stairs in the press area, and they said, go for a first down and 6 for a touchdown. Bevel sprinting out. Jones giving chase. He throws in the end zone. Touchdown.
Doremus. Welcome back to Madison, Wisconsin, where the Wisconsin Badgers have opened up at 8. But Bevel threw the ball where he had to.
Hall with a long end-over-end kick that Stevens will take a yard or 2 deep. He wants to come out, tiptoes along, and now has to come out. Stevens making 2 crucial errors. Oh boy, you could see that coming. The indecision. As a return man, you cannot have indecision, and Michael Stevens has first down.
Look at this from ground level. Reeves bobbling it. He gets popped, he hangs on, and that is a crucial first down because
Vite got into that one. Boy, he really got some air under it. Reeves retreats, then fumbles, and did the Wolfpack get it back?
I think so.
Well, they'll sort things out. Worry about that you don't see coming, you just hear. 3rd and 1. Oh, big play by Shackelford.
That's why he's all Big Ten.
Lamarck Shackelford knew that. Back at the pack 49. Bevel steps up in the pocket. Good protection. Throws wide open. That is Dawkins. He will go all the way.
49 yards.
J.C. Dawkins on a 1 yards and 2 touchdowns. Vargas again throwing left side.
Stevens.
Reeves again. No huddle or Stevens. A little swing pass. Crowd coming alive. Vargas goes to Reeves. Touchdown. So Brian Reeves silences the crowd. He's exulting. Got it. Shooting down the crowd. That's Reeves.
And the other thing that is Brian Reeves.
Nevada with a 7-man front. Bevel throwing on a post pattern, and Dawkins with his 2nd touchdown. Bevel, he is 23 years old. We talked about him going to Northern Arizona. Left after a year, went Northwestern. They fumbled it away and lost. I think that they're a little unsure right now.
Here's Chris Farley from Saturday Night Live, a Wisconsin guy.
Top of your screen. Vargas looks that way, now goes up the seam to Reeves. What a catch. He makes a big catch at the 40-yard line, but he's still down. And the crowd will get on him. You've
Never seen a look like that.
They don't go to Krishan. Holmes with a block. He jumps. He's in. Holmes really took the legs out.
Offensive running backs. And he literally springs Marcellus Krishan into the end zone. Look at that nice block.
Holmes taking Nelson out of the play. The free safety was coming over, and Diedrich. Thank you.
Well, I thought the key thing was our kids competed. We never gave up. When they went up 14-0 on us, you know, we could have folded to 10, but we didn't, and I was proud of the kids in that part. But in the same respect, we came here to win the football game, and we're not satisfied with anything other than that. We played well in certain instances, but the turnovers killed us. You know, that's one thing that we came in saying. You know, if you have turnovers and penalties, we're going to lose the game, and that's what happened. That's what basically we dug ourselves in the hole, and we just couldn't pull ourselves out this time.
They didn't do nothing that we didn't expect them to do. You know, it's just we had a couple mistakes in the first half, you know, a couple turnovers that we should have caught the ball, and they turned into interceptions, and, you know, that hurt us. But overall, they didn't do nothing that, you know, we hadn't seen, and all we needed to do was move the ball and put it in the end zone.
We got to be ready next week. You know, boys, that's our biggest rival. They're coming down there to whip our tails, and if we sit around feeling sorry for ourselves, we're going to have a long day. We're going to go back Monday, look at the good things, look at the bad things, cut out the bad things, and say, hey, if we would have, you know, played at the top of our game, we would have won the game.
Will take it at the 4. Giving ground, he's dumped all the way back at his 10-yard line. Good pursuit from the inside. Miles got him first. Strong kick. Jackson will drift back to the 10. At the 20. 30. Oh, what a collision. That car was running out of control coming down the field. What a hit. As Jackson, coming back towards the middle, ran headlong into Mike Crawford. Let me tell you a story about him.
Tag for a giveaway. The complete hand wax detail package from Buggy Bass Car Wash. Turn to page 120 of your program. The Buggy Bass.
4 is not to be denied. Diving in for the
Power formation.
Tackle by Ladies and gentlemen, last night Wolfpack volley. Raven on the reset.
There you go, baby. We at home, #1, baby. We back in it now. For all the fans, thanks for coming out.
Mike Senior. Hey, coming at you, coming at you.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
Ryan.
Mike Senior in the house.
Feel better when I get out of this uniform. But you're hot.
No, man.
This guy too. Yeah, baby. Hollywood Blondes. Over here. Steve, same thing. Legal. Cover one. Get outside. Go.
Cornerman, Mike Maxwell.
Linebacker side down. You see me getting my leg hit, man?
Yeah, that's great.
You blasted for Sean. Was all hitting that fool, man. Hey, I tried to kill him.
Coach, go up. Good job.
Good job. First and 10, man. That's it. Great job, man. Great job. Great job. That's it. Great job. Good job. Good job, man. Good job. Good job. Great. Good job, man. That baby. First and 10. First and 10. job, man. In the locker room. You know the way.
Watch out now, coming at you. One time.
Coach, I love to win. Coach was lucky I was in.
Tackle for loss. Martin Washington. Lewis hit the three. Jack Fernandez, touchdown reception. Michael Stevens. Backside intercept.
conditioning. That shit was wide open. Huh? You take it outside?
I failed.
What are you doing? First round.
First round.
Right here. You do another image.
What'd you say? I'm what?
You do another image.
Thanks a lot, yeah, Reese! What's up, man? Yeah! Number one, baby. Let's go party now. Oh, party over Coach Wilson's house. Party over Coach Wilson's house.
Bubble on the play, recovered by Northern Illinois. Touchdown, Sean Allgood. Vargas's 2-yard run.
liable to get bit on those fakes? Is that what happened?
Well, I mean, yeah, we're keyed up to stop him. I mean, there's no question about that. But we also have pass coverage responsibilities, and that's the main thing. And we got to make sure we hold those responsibilities.
Can any good come out of this?
No, none whatsoever.
Yeah, it's really turning inside. You know, it's real hard. But you know, I'm optimistic still. I mean, we got 8 games still to go, and UNLV's coming next week. That's a big game for us. And you know, you try and think on to something next instead of this. It's kind of hard. It really does stink. But you know, life goes on. You got to keep going.
You were just singing, don't.
get the unit.
Hey, it's time, fellas. It don't go nowhere.
Here we go, baby. Here we go.
Blue and silver.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Our cannon, baby.
What's time, man?
Our cannon, baby. Number 1, UNR, baby.
You guys guard it.
Swing it around. Say, Tavares and Brad, get over here and swing this thing around. Let's go. Over here. Swing it around, right on here. Let's go. Turn it around. Okay, that's it. Here we go. Let's go. Nice, here we go. Nice and easy. I want, hey, vinyl with the upper arm. Let's go. Stay down low, run your feet. Yeah, eyes up. Go turn more. Good job, Diane. There we go. Now run your feet. That's good. That's good. Eyes open. Now, right there. Hey, that which is good. Now run your feet. There we go. There we go. Right here. Great catches,
Let's roll. Elbows on your side. Roll it up. Hands in there on contact. See him high and locked. Good, Margaret. Let's go. Good. Cut off for me. Accelerate those feet. Roll them inside. There it is. Right out here. Right Punch. Good, Mike. Feet. Get back on the bag. You move when I say move. Drive the shit out of that damn thing. To a pop. Feet. Move your feet. Drive your feet.
Got room for 1 yard, sir.
Move. Cut it out.
See, that's what the...
Drive it. Let's go.
Feet going on contact.
Feet. Move. Get back on. You're sliding off. You're sliding off.
They're playing up.
Till I say come on.
Hit!
Move. Drive it. Hit! Move. Let's go down. We're down. Keep water underway. Hit! Move. Let's go. Hit! Stay on it. Don't anticipate anything. Keep driving there. Hit! Move! Right, roll with the arm on the face. Snap your hips through. Don't lay on the bag. Keep me here. Snap it. Push it up. That's football game on Saturday. Get up. That's it. Back on. Grab it. Contact! Get it! Out right there, Mike! I know, that's hard. What you do is you tap on it now. Get on the route. Just do your route. Dom, we're just playing a little light block. Here we go. 54, 56. 54, 56. Hank! Sit, Hank. Go, Sean, go! Head up! Jason, what coverage are they playing, you think?
Hey, good spot, right?
Darnell.
But don't sit on him.
Darnell,
Go pin him.
your eyes went back really fast, didn't they? Hey! What Hey! All right, not bad. You see, you're down low, you got more power. Get a wide rush, wide rush. Set. Hey! That's good. That's good. Cut down the distance. Go again. Let's go. Move in a little closer. One step closer.
He's good. Okay. He starts. Ready, Dave?
Hey, good. Let's go. That's what we want. Hey! Set. Hey! Don't stop the feet. Sit your ass, punch. Set. Hey! Good, good. Let's go. Set. Hey! Hey! Hey, he hits this one down here. Want y'all to get in. Set. Hey! Here you go, both of you now. Set. Hey! Good. Set. Hey!
Excellent. 7 technique.
Right there, man.
It's obvious. That guy get inside down. Let's go. Ready?
Watch out, guys.
Set. Hut. Good. Okay, let's go. Team, I think.
He plays the game recklessly and relentlessly, and we're out here practicing all year.
7, 8, 13, 14, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Good.
Good, Sean. Sean, stand up. Stand up over there.
I mean, this group's taking forever to go.
Good stuff, Steve.
Nice getting Kenny Williams.
Let's go, let's go! Come on, Mike. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Burner. Yeah, double deuce. Get on up, bitch.
Here we go, come on. 10, 11, that's it, 12, stay up there, 13, 14.
One to win, baby. One to win.
Huddle, 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 nickel, huddle, blue, huddle, huddle, let's go, nickel.
Line up and no back. Eagle, out twist one.
Out twist one, right? Stay in! Get off! Go back! Red! Go back! Red! One!
The ball's going to get double team like that.
Goes back, you go back. All right, here we go. Down, man.
No back!
Last kid right now.
No backs, red.
No backs, red. Hey, dime, out twist, 2 man.
When Vargas throws to Matter, it's more than just quarterback to tight end. It's roommate to roommate.
He's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. It's funny because Brian Reeves always jokes around, hey, just because, that one game he caught 10 passes last year, and Reeves is just saying, man, if I was your roommate, I probably would have caught 20 passes here.
Life at the Reno house that they rent is typical of any college students. They share a place with linebacker Matt Truntel.
No, Tom's the clean one. You see the house is clean? Tom's the clean one, and he gets on us, and for not cleaning up or anything. But Tom's pretty much on the schedule. He's got the engineering classes, so he has to get up early.
Yeah.
So he's the one that gets things going in the morning.
People say I'm smart, but these guys get great grades, and I think I'm the stupid one because I took the hard major.
What a great play! Did you see that?
You didn't make any play.
They're not only competitive on the football field, Vargas and Matter play tennis, golf, basketball, and video football against each other.
Who's the better athlete?
Me, of course. What are you talking about?
I don't think so. Come on. He plays one sport other than golf.
So who's better in sports? Tennis.
Tennis, him. I'd say probably him.
Sega, Genesis.
He's a champ. He plays it too much.
No,
he plays it a lot.
That much. I'm better than him.
Golf.
Right now, him. I'm gonna catch him soon, though.
I'm playing every week. I'm firing that stick.
Yeah.
Snow ski.
Definitely me.
Tom.
Sounds pretty easy. Pretty even.
I mean, well, I'll take volleyball and basketball too. Yeah, I'm probably a little more competitive than Chris, but if we do things, we want to win. Neither one of us likes to lose, and I think that's an attribute to both of us because I don't think either one of us is a great physical athletic specimen. I mean, neither one of us is huge or fast or extremely strong, but we both are very smart when it comes to our sport, and we find ways to get the things done. I think that may be one of the things why we're friends also.
Being roommates has its advantages on the football field.
Especially like when we come up to the line, and as I'm walking up to the line, I can see something that Tom's going to be open up. And I always call him Tom. So I thought, hey, Tommy, and he starts to know, saying, oh, he might be coming to me. So that's kind of like our little saying as we're coming up to the line. I go, Tommy, I'm looking at you, or Tommy, I'm, saying something like that, and he'll be aware that I might come to him on that play.
When Vargas needs 5 yards on third down, he knows he can go to big number 80.
Never drops it.
Never drops it. Never.
What's the story? Well, last year in San Jose State game, I dropped a pretty bad ball for a touchdown. Hit me in a bad spot. Hit me in the numbers.
I remember actually in the bowl game, you dropped a 51T on our sideline, but then we're down on the goal line, and I audibled into the same exact play for a touchdown. And he caught it that time, and he comes to me, thanks for trusting. He's like, thanks for throwing it again. Thanks for throwing it, because he's all pumped that he got a touchdown. Yeah.
Vargas won't have Matter to push around after this year. Vargas wants to play football in Canada next season. Matter will pursue a career in engineering. Dana Wagner, News Channel 8 Sports.
What did he used to do? How is he famous? I don't know.
And keep the defense off balance by going no huddle.
Defense up pretty tight. Most of them in the box area. Now Vargas wants to audible as he moves Krishan around. Throwing a slant. Reeves wide open. Touchdown. Boy, Vargas kept looking and looking until he found a hole. When he found the bubble, there was Reeves on a slant, and there was nobody within 5 yards.
Brian faked to the outside, went to the inside, and Brian Reeves, once again, Utah State's nemesis, scores a touchdown. And that was not even close, as you said, Dan. The Wolfpack in this very big receiving leader in the nation.
2nd and 10 at the Aggie 33-yard line. Vargas still checking things out, throws over the middle in traffic, and the catch made. Reeves, touchdown. Holy cow, what a play.
Vargas is down, and he is hurt, Dan.
Yep, I'm looking back down at the 33-yard. He delivered it, got hit. Maybe we can get a shot at this.
It looked like Vargas may have been over the line of scrimmage. It was very, very close when he threw this, but the official was right there, and he said that that's a good throw, a good catch, a touchdown, 13-0 Wolfpack. But the main concern now for Nevada is around the 33-yard line where Brian's
4-yard line. It is Greer, and he scores a touchdown, Aggie touchdown from 4 yards away. Well, the adrenaline was... Reeves alone at the top of your screen. He's out of the picture right now, drawing single coverage. Vargas going his way. Reeves got his man beat. Touchdown.
It's pitch and catch.
Haymore, the victimized player again. You could just about screen was alone, and as we pick it up, you'll see him just run by on the arm fake, run by Haymore and be wide open.
Brian Reeves is having an unbelievable game. 10 catches, 100.
Do you run it or do you throw for it? It's kind of in between. It makes their call, I think, a little bit easier. Let's see if they can convert it.
Jeff Horton wondering what
It is 2nd and 1. Calvillo throwing for the flag for McMahon. He has got it. Cody McMahon, a touchdown. They're starting to light up the secondary. We mentioned McMahon. McMahon's concussion 3 weeks ago. Whatever those butterflies were for the last...
Secondary a headache now. James Johnson, he had a rough game against Northern Illinois. He bounced back, played well against UNLV. But for the second time in the last 3 plays, James Johnson not able to make the play. And
Utah's going forward. And that will leave the defense. Jermaine Younger made the stop on him. Vargas on a slant. Wide open Reeves. Now it's a foot race. They finally run Reeves down at the 2-yard line. What a job, as Reeves on a slant will accumulate big yards. That's his 11th catch of the night.
He and Charles McMillan were in a foot race just...
First and goal from the 9-yard line. On the ground, Greer. Good hole up the middle. He'll go all the way. Profel Greer with a 9-yard touchdown run, and the Aggies again are within strike.
Ready to resume play as Armando Avina comes in to try a 32-yard field goal.
Actually spotted at the 33. It is long enough. It is good. Avina delivers his first field goal. As you said, Rob, he had his last one blocked, and so now that makes the Wolfpack in 9. Motion man is Greer to the top of your screen. Nobody behind Calvillo. He throws up the seam wide open to tight end. Touchdown. Boy, I hate to be right like that, but Thompson is going to be their target in the second half. I guess you asked, Rob, what kind of adjustments they made? Somebody told him to go to the tight end.
Exactly. There was 3rd and just a couple inches.
Krishan trying to turn the corner right. Holmes gives him a block. It's a race to the corner, and Marcellus scores. So Nevada once again extends their lead.
Here comes Marcellus Krishan. If it's a race to the end zone, this guy is going to win it. He's got terrific speed.
Damon Smith giving Cheney right now, Rob.
89 yards.
They give it to him again. Up the middle. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. So Profel Greer, as you said, Rob, coming into this, calling an audible. The Pack blitzing. Greer left side, wide open, touchdown. Profel Greer high-stepping into the end zone. And the Aggies, for the first time tonight, Rob Nicoleski, are on top. Hard field goal.
What's going through his mind, though?
From the left hash, he's missed 2 already at that end. Good snap. Placement is good. The kick is certainly long enough, and it is good. He drills it, so we are untied. And the Aggies back out on top by 3, 44-41. For the Wolfpack, their coaches think that the Aggie defense scours their weakest link. Let's see. Vargas throws a sideline pass. It is caught.
What a catch by Michael Stevens.
Another one-handed grab by Highway. Michael Highway Stevens again but he comes up with a catch, and we get another look at it.
Is this a risky pass or what? 4th and 3, and look at this catch.
Damon Smith was all over him.
Oh,
no flag game. Aggies blitz. They come from everywhere. A throw over the middle, complete. Stevens.
Touchdown!
Michael Stevens gets in the end zone, and Nevada has gone up on top. 36 seconds remain. What a ball game. When turnovers decide a game in Nevada, 1 play to run out the game. Nevada turned it over 3 times. The Aggies none, but the Wolfpack ends up winning 48-44 as we count off the final seconds. University of Nevada going towards midfield to meet the Aggies. That is the end of tonight's ball game. Once again, the final score, the victorious Wolfpack 48, the Aggies 44. We'll have an interview when we return. We will take a timeout here in Logan.
First of all, tell me about the 4th down catch. 4th and 3, you guys go long and you make a one-handed grab.
It was by the glory of God. That's all I prayed. I got field 14 on my field 4.13 on my hands, and that's what did it. It was a miracle. I know I had the ability to do it, but I did an extra push because it was 4th and 2nd, and I just wanted to do it.
Did you think at all that ball was a catchable ball?
Yeah, when I saw it in the air, so I had full concentration. So when it came down, it stuck an arm out there, and it just fell in my hands.
Now, tell me about the touchdown catch.
Touchdown catch, same thing as UNLV. When they come man on us, get my outside move, come in, catch the ball, and drag him into the end zone.
Tell me what this win means for this team.
Hey, it's not over yet. We beat Utah State. That was a big hump. We still got New Mexico State, San Jose, and Arkansas State. Anything can happen. But I'm glad we got past this.
Hopefully it means a conference championship. It's a great game. I mean, we played a hell of a game in the first half. We kind of came out a little lackadaisical in the second half. Defense started, letting up, but we all came together in the end, and, I'm just glad that we can walk away with another win in Utah. This is unstoppable. And to Jermaine Younger, you talking all that head. You probably only had one tackle, but you said you made a quote talking about what offense. We haven't even played anybody like y'all. Well, we scored 48 on y'all again, just like last year. So y'all ain't played nobody like us, baby.
Everybody stuck together. That's the one thing. I was one of the captains Friday night. All the captains came up and talked to the whole team, and that's one of the things I told them that we needed to take away from last year's game. The only part was to stick together, and in tough times, when our back's against the wall, we'll come out ahead, and that's exactly what we did tonight. I threw a couple of interceptions late, and we didn't give up. None of the guys gave up, and everybody gave a great effort.
Was that a design play, the 4th and 3?
Reason to celebrate. They were picked on in the first half, but the secondary delivered in the second half. So often, turnovers decide a game. In Nevada, one play to run out the game. Nevada turned it over with 13 seconds remaining. The University of Nevada.
1988, 91, 92, and 93. Defensive coordinator Ken Mizell, because of the Wolfpack's success, shaved his head. The magnitude of the Utah State game caused some players to do the same thing. They used the shears themselves for inspiration, but just how many of them did it?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
We kind of got a little bored, and we decided, hey, let's shave our heads. And the kind of idea went over to everybody, and, sooner or later, the hair came off.
And they kind of tried to talk me into it, but it was a no-go because I took too much pride in my haircut, I guess, and then I just gave in Friday night. I ended up like this.
Sure, it's a statement of unity, but the fact of the matter is you don't have your hair. It's a very evident point. What's that like in your personal life?
Well, the 7 young guys, they got hair. I don't have much to replace, so it's not much for me.
You just got to get used to it. 4 months, hair will grow back.
We have a no tolerance saying around here, and the hair, we just cut the hair off, so it's just a thing to do.
My social life might be hindered a little bit, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
That's right, without hair.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. What about the Auburn locks of Coach Horton?
That's what they can't say.
Stop that thought, says the boss. They say they want to get you to San Jose State. Will that happen?
That will not happen. Book it. It will not happen. None of them are fast enough to catch me, number 1, and I'm stronger than them, number 2.
Chris Gargano, News Channel 8 Sports.
Hey, we're going to do half line over there.
I pretty much take the blame on myself. It's this offense and this team is my team, I feel. And the way I played today, 3 interceptions, putting us in a hole, things like that, that's my fault. And, you know, the guys played tough, and, you know, I just let them down a little.
Talk about.
Well, I feel a little bit like the reserve player that wants to get in the game, but not because the first stringer is hurt. Dan Gustin under the weather seriously back. Looking over last year's game summary.
His players up to the line of scrimmage. He's got Senior at the bottom of your screen. Reeves in the slot, and up top is Michael Stevens.
Not only are they running, but they're huddling.
Vargas back finds Senior. A little bit of trouble, zips the ball in. Matter stops. Yes, it is a fumble. Good tackle there by number 42, Dwayne Thomas. Wheelahan back in his own end zone. In trouble. In more trouble and gets dropped inside the 44-yard line. Vargas with a fake. Goes back to throw. Finds his man, Tom Matter again. He hangs on to... Snaps down. Avina's kick is up. And it's good. And the Wolfpack is on the hand. He goes back and he's in a lot of trouble, and there is Jim Jones, and that's a fumble. The ball is still live. The Wolfpack still fighting for it around the 1-yard line. Says that Vargas was not over the line of scrimmage. Pointed at the field, pointed at the part where Vargas threw the ball and said he's not over the line of scrimmage, but field goal attempt. A 20-yarder. And it's good, and Pacific is on the board with 8:33 to go in the first.
Pleased to only be down 10-3 at this point.
And Wolfpack back on its own 20-yard line. The fake. He goes back to throw. Pass incomplete, and it bounces into the hands of Pacific's Jeff Russell.
Vargas is not leading the nation in his passing efficiency, and passing efficiency is penalized deeply by interceptions. Once again, off Reeves' hands.
And he has won both times, and now he has a 1st and 10. To Rogers, touchdown. Here's a look at the touchdown one more time. Simple off-tackle move, and there goes Darryl Rogers into the end zone. Moore gains about 3 yards on the play.
A lot of injuries, so.
Greg Wheelahan talking to the... He escapes it. He goes long. He's got Reeves wide open. There is no one near Brian Reeves, and the Wolfpack gets an easy touchdown with 22 seconds to go in the first half. Maybe the only thing I could think, Paul, is that maybe the defensive back, when he saw Vargas flushed out of the pocket, thought Vargas was going to run with the ball again, but there is no one from here to Petal. University of Pacific with 9, and then the total offense figures 252 for Nevada, just 111 for Pacific. It really was a kind of motion by Rogers. Back goes Wheelahan. He goes over the middle. He finds his man. That's Greg Weston, who then drops the ball, and it looks like Nevada has it. Lead after the turnover. Vargas back to throw. He throws the ball, and that's intercepted by Darius Cunningham.
A normal Vargas tight spiral. I think he lost a grip on that a little bit.
Well, he threw the ball off his front foot. With less than 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Wheelahan back. He's under pressure. This pass is intercepted by the Wolfpack. That's number 13, Garnett Overby. Out of position today, the Wolfpack secondary, and we talked about this at the beginning of the broadcast, about how there are so many evens at the bottom of your screens. Senior and Reeves at the top. The ball goes to Prashant again, who does another big hole. He bumped from the...
Here's first TD catch.
Vargas directing his receivers. He goes back to throw. He turns, he fires, he's got a touchdown. That's Michael Senior.
They may be trying to draw him off. No, and there's stop.
What a stop by the Wolfpack defense. A great play. I believe that was Jim Jones or... maybe David Miller.
David Miller right up the middle.
Pass of the year, his 4th in this game. Back to throw, and he finds Mike Senior for the score, and Senior And the Pacific Tigers are not out of. Wheelahan back. He finds his man over the middle. He's in for a touchdown. That's lowering the boom on Wheelahan, but he got the pass off. Nice catch by Trent Julian. He escapes the defensive backs. The extra point is good, and we'll be back after these messages. Pacific tries to surprise Paul, even if it is second down and 16 or 17, if Nevada will bop. Vargas has the ball deflected, and it's intercepted by Grant Carter. Oh, man, this game isn't over yet with 2:04 to go, and Pacific has the ball on the Nevada 9-yard line. Vargas back to throw. The ball gets deflected, and Grant Carter dives and makes a terrific catch, and suddenly Pacific. Wheelahan back. He rolls out, and he's got a touchdown. That's Kerry Brown. Wheelahan rolls out, and he finds Kerry Brown, who his holder rolls out. He looks for his kicker Scoten, but the only back. Vargas hands off to Moore. He keeps both hands on the ball again and falls forward. He's very close to the first down. He'll be about 1.5 yards short. Pacific can't stop the clock. And
offense and defensively too. You know, they're a good defense. They didn't make many mistakes. I think the only mistake they made on defense was that long bomb before the second half. I think we did pretty well this week.
I mean, we came out and we want to establish things we want to do, you know, especially on defense. And I think we established, you know, some things today that were good. You know, we started out real good and up and down, and our offense came through with big plays, and that's the key to, you know, the win's the key.
game.
that tight.
It was. I know that woman. Oh, no!
Here, all the seniors. The biggest win ever, and Vargas does it again, and it's for some reason you sit there and it's like it's no big deal anymore. It's just like it's there to happen, and the fans were there, and it was just crazy, and the field goal kick, and Vargas didn't even care. He goes, he'll make it. And we were just sitting there, I was sweating bullets, but it's just, it's a great thing, man. It's just, there's no way to go out better than Mackey Stadium than the way he did today.
What's that feeling? The Reno people here are great. They deserve a big win like this, especially Vargas' last game. I told him right after I kicked, Vargas, that one's for you. And all the seniors. I mean, not just for him. I wanted it for him because he's such a great athlete and a great quarterback. and he's made this town. He's a big time here, and I just told him, like, Varg, that one's for you.
How was your confidence? You had missed the. This is the perfect way to end 5 great years here. 4 years of incredible comebacks, and this just tops it off. The greatest of all time.
Without a doubt.
Oh, no question. Beyond any shadow of a doubt.
Ever any doubts? Again, I mean, it looked as bad as it ever has.
Yes, but there's always some doubt, you know. But I thought the kind of team we are, you know, I just kept, especially with the sunset and just like the days of old, you know, the sun get right behind there, and that's when we start working the magic, and I think that's just what happened.
The feeling.
Unbelievable. That game seemed like it was over 4 different times, and so many big plays, and you know we had trouble stopping them, and then when we needed to, we did. I mean, it was just unbelievable. I mean, you wonder how games like that can keep happening around here, but you know, I thought the Utah State game this year, how do you top that? But then the one today was just wild.
Tell me, what can you keep pulling these out?
I can't put my finger exactly on it, but a lot of it is just attitude. You know, attitude gives you altitude. If you got a good attitude, you're up high, and I think that's what our team was doing today. You know, we're just saying, hey, you know, we're going to do it, and we just kept a positive attitude, no negative thoughts, and I think that's one of the keys.
What are you telling the guys?
It was a Mackey miracle, and it came in our favor, and I just thank God for giving us the strength to come out with a win.
Welcome to Las Cruces, New Mexico for this afternoon's football game between the Nevada Wolfpack and the New Mexico State Aggies. Hi everybody, I'm Rob Nicoleski along with my soggy broadcasting partner Dan Gustin. As you can tell, it is cold, it is wet, it is raining, the wind is blowing here at Aggie Memorial Stadium, but we will play a football game, an important football game today between the Wolfpack and New Mexico State. And speaking of New Mexico State, Dan, a couple of years ago New Mexico State was probably the worst team in Division I football, but right now they're one of the better teams in the Big West.
Well, one of the national publications said they were the worst team in the country in Division 1A football, but Jim Hess has been the guy that's turned it around. He's been the miracle worker. He's been the guy that's rejuvenated the program. His first year he was 1-10. Last year he was 6-5. Looking to go with a positive record this year. He's 5-4 now. Looking to end up with a 6-5 or maybe even a 7-4 should they win today. They hadn't won a game in 27 games till he came. You go back to October 1 of 1988 until November 17th of 1990. He turned that program around, and even though he's only won 14 games and lost 28, they love him here.
And New Mexico State's right in the middle of the hunt for the Big West Championship and a berth at the Las Vegas Bowl. One other thing to look at in this game is football is a big physical game, but some smaller guys couldn't make a big difference in this game today.
They sure could, especially on the offensive side of it. You look at Chris Vargas, he is under 6 feet tall, but he's the #1 quarterback in the country. He's got all the numbers to go with it. Also, Brian Reeves, the guy that he throws to most often. He's got over 1,200 yards, and then the catches that he's made, he's 5'11". Then look in the backfield, the smallest guy of all, Marcellus Krishan at 5'9". Although he won't start this afternoon, he's got an injured hand, he'll play a lot. Look at the other side of the ball, New Mexico State. They're small guys, they're 2 running backs. Troy Dublin, who's looking to possibly get 1,000 yards. They haven't had a 1,000-yard ball carrier since 1974. He comes in this ball game with 732 yards. Could be a big afternoon for him. His running mate, Brian Pazula, also under 6 feet tall. So a lot of little guys that could make a big difference this afternoon.
Another guy to look at, too, is Polly Banks. He's a kick returner for New Mexico State, one of the best in the conference. In fact, he's 7th in the nation in kickoff returns. We'll see how everyone does today on this very soggy field here in Las Cruces. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after these messages.
He's the wide receiver, and we come back to the field to play at the Interesting fact also, Chris Vargas did not play against the Aggies. They really have not seen him any other way other than on tape. The field, and the Wolfpack looking to pick up a win. The ball in the air. Maybe they won't be able to throw it with the wind in their face, at least for the first quarter. And it was also, you could this time Vargas looks left side, throws. Mike Sr. makes a great catch. He was bumped into by Dave Varela. I think Varela got it even a little bit earlier. 3rd and 23. Vargas going to go for the bundle. It's there. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Mike Sr. with the touchdown. And again, Rob, we go back to that's why you don't give the Wolfpack another chance. I don't care if it's 3rd down and a mile.
This offense is so productive, and Mike Sr. just beat his defensive back flat out. Chris Vargas picked him up through the touchdown pass. There is susceptible to a bull rush. On 2nd down, Ledbetter again. Ball knocked down. Steve Bryant, I thought he could have picked that off, but Bryant opting to just knock the ball down rather than trying to grab it and run with it. He got it. The sophomore quarterback fumbles a snap and is to go back and dive on it.
The conditions have dried a little bit. We haven't had a lot of rain in the Wolfpack. He wants to throw. Great protection this afternoon. The outlet safety valve on the right side complete and tough. Vargas faked the dive, now looking for room, throws, intercepted. An unfortunate interception as the intended receiver
up in the pocket. There's a deflection. This was Vargas's one of his few miscues in the first half where he misses, that led to an interception.
This was the biggest run of the season for the University of Nevada when Marcellus Krishon got outside, then just ran through the tackles of two defensive players. The safety coming over to try to stop him. He straight arms him, and Marcellus goes 74 yards on a scamper, getting the Wolfpack their second touchdown of the afternoon.
And at that point, this was still a very competitive game. It was 7-0 at that point, but Krishon with that touchdown makes it 14-0. The Wolfpack.
Ledbetter back to the air. Got his man Lucius Davis in a seam at midfield, and Davis, their big play receiver, he had a 34-yard catch earlier. Davis with the catcher. Did he have a fumble? Yes, it's a fumble and recovery for Nevada. Good snap. Avina's kick is long enough. Did he get it in? Yes, he did. Nevada is 2 touchdowns and a field goal on top, 17-0. 5:42 to go in the second quarter. Once again, we'll take a timeout and return to Las Cruces after this.
Down and make this a 24-0.
Zeke Moore over the left side. Great hole. Gets outside at the 40. And finally out of bounds near the 20-yard line. We talked about going to left side. He ran right over guard Mark Welker's hole. And Moore. The second quarter with 3.5 minutes to go. Vargas, again, great protection. Looking into the end zone for the flag for Reeves. He got it. Touchdown.
First touchdown pass, Dan. A couple of run plays, a couple of short passes. And then you go deep, you go vertical. And Brian Reeves with another touchdown reception. That is number 16 on the season.
Just inside the line. Don Vesey thought he had him covered, but not enough sideline.
I don't think any of the Wolfpack players, if any of the coach.
Now to the second half, and Ledbetter tried to get
Hassan along the sideline. Still on his feet at midfield. And brought down. Hassan making the play, coming over from that zone as Ledbetter just hung on offense. Diedrich Holmes with his first carry. Holmes following the front and getting inside the 40-yard line.
That's the first time we've seen Diedrich in the lineup.
Down.
You mentioned in the play before.
Reeves is in a
Union. The offensive line people were giving Vargas great protection. They did it on that play as well, and Reeves has a step on the defensive back. That's all you need. A perfectly thrown ball, a perfectly run route.
Yeah, Reeves beat what I think is their best corner, Stowers, number 20. Too long. Whoa. Yeah, all kinds of flags.
Well, Ryan Suttles, number 81 for New Mexico State, shoved Bryant. And that's what started this thing. Yeah, maybe Bryant kept the guy up for a little. They'll keep it on the ground. Well, now they're going to throw the ball.
That's what makes Vargas so good, Rob. You just can't figure him out. The obvious run situation. This one being from 33 yards away. He has it long enough, and it is good. 2 for 2 for Avina this afternoon. Nevada extends their lead. Now the Pack leading 34-0. We're still in the third quarter. Relax. Ledbetter looking in the end zone, throws, touchdown. Lucius Davis, his big man all afternoon, finally makes the big play for them.
Replay and down and out. Gets a little bit of room. Attack. Some people show up that are, from the cemetery.
Maxwell to throw his first pass, complete to Milliken at the 44. They give it to Krishon running right. He leaps in the air and be very close to the first down. He fumbled the ball. It is picked up by Parrish Foster. Foster's going to go all the way, and we see no flags. Parrish, 4th and a yard with 7 seconds remaining. They'll try to run out the clock. Moore does not get the first down. He's dropped short of the first down. Now we have 1 second left to go on the clock. Still 1 second, but they're saying that.
I think that's one thing we stressed this whole week was just to play solid and don't get lackadaisical. There's too much on the line, and we practiced hard this week, and it showed today.
Well, we came out pregame and everybody was fired up. They was into the game, they was ready to play, and we wanted this to be a championship game for us.
We were really tired during the week during practice. One of the practices we had was not very good. Not the usual tempo we have, but it kind of looked kind of bleak for a little while. But I mean, we came in today. I've never seen the guys more enthusiastic than they were today.
It is a beautiful day for football today in Jonesboro, Arkansas for this afternoon's Big West Conference football game between the Nevada Wolfpack and the Arkansas State Indians. Hi, everybody. I'm Rob Nicoleski, along with my broadcasting partner, Dan Gustin. Dan, the Wolfpack's going to try to finish the regular season with an 8-3 record. Arkansas State, meanwhile, has won just one game and has tied one game. They've lost the rest of their games, but this is a big football team, especially along the offensive line. These guys haven't missed too many meals.
No, they haven't. You got some big people. Lorenzo Parker, 300 pounds at center. Anthony Bowman, the right tackle, also 300 pounds. They don't run great distances, but they get away from the line of scrimmage quickly, and the Arkansas State running game is predicated on that big offensive line. They've not had a lot of success this year. They've only converted on third down conversions 20% of the time, but their offense is geared on the run. If these guys can be effective against the Wolfpack defensive front seven, there could be some problems, but they haven't been effective so far this year, so it's doubtful they're going to be overly effective this afternoon.
One other thing to look at in this game from a statistical standpoint, no team in the history of the NCAA has ever had 3 receivers rack up 1,000 yards each in a season, but the Wolfpack already has one guy there, and the other 2 guys are closing in very quickly.
Yeah, Brian Reeves, you're talking about, of course, and he has set so many records this year for the Wolfpack at 1,362 yards. Michael Stevens, he'll catch 2 passes for those 20 yards he needs. The big question mark is Mike Sr. He's got a turned ankle. He's not 100%. He needs 110 yards. They'll get the ball to him much this afternoon if they can, but it's a question mark whether he can get 110 yards. The other big question mark is Brian Reeves. He is not going to play this afternoon. Both the team physician, Jerry Dales, and Jeff Horton say he will not play because of that separated shoulder he got on Wednesday. So how big these guys will be, will they step to the forward, to the front? Will Senior catch a lot of passes? Still to be determined this afternoon.
Yeah, Brian Reeves with a slight shoulder separation. Also, starting running back Marcellus Crishon is not expected to play as well today. He's got an injured knee. So we'll see if the injured Wolfpack can limp through and try to get a victory here at Arkansas State. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after this.
This drive alive. They started things going. Vargas with time, and he's going to be dropped back at the 30-yard line, so count that a sack. Mike McDaniel got it. John Bobo, you talked to him before the ball game, but put in goal from the 7-yard line on a delay. Williams up the middle, breaks it to 5, touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown run for Marquise Williams. That is his 5th touchdown of the year. And Arkansas State surprisingly leading. Look at it again on a delay. Covington, who was being occupied, he couldn't get off a block to get over there, and Williams had a clear sailing right to the end zone from 7 yards away.
One game all season. They want to end their season with a win. They'd love to come out, end the season for John Bobo with the victory. Okay.
Throwing and squandered their opportunity. You can count on these guys staying on the ground.
Yeah, this is Southeastern Mid-South football where they're going to like to run the ball first, establish.
He was all over Vargas's back as we get another look at it.
Rufus has had 11 tackles for losses this season. Well, make that an even dozen now as he gets to Vargas. And now the Wolfpack in a 2nd and long situation, 2nd and 17. Stay in this defense. Here he is right on top of your screen, right over the center. He's able to leap over a great defensive effort there by Jim Jones. He gets some help, but he's the guy who made the play. Arkansas State going for the field goal.
Caldwell with a 33-yard attempt. He's 13 of 16. Is he 14 of 17? Yes, he is. His long this year was 38 yards, so he converts the 34-yard field goal. And Arkansas State leading 10-0.
He packed it up and said, look, the season's almost over.
2nd and goal to go from the 2.5-yard line. Vargas fakes it on an option, coming out, throwing in the end zone, a diving catch, touchdown Wolfpack.
That's Fred Williams.
Fred Williams, only his 10th career catch and his first touchdown as the Pack with that full house backfield. They go with 2 tight.
Arkansas State's content to just let the clock run out here.
Covington with his last play, rolling out left. He wants to go deep. The horn in the background to throw.
He's got a man.
He's got him. Oh, what a catch by Williams. Bounces off one tackle, the second one. He's going to go all the way. Marquise Williams on an unbelievable play. Steve Bryant had the ball go off his hands. A juggling one-handed catch by Marquise Williams, 54 yards and a touchdown. You talk about Hail Marys and desperation plays. How about that one?
The Wolfpack defense got caught, but the ball got deflected, and it looked like the Wolfpack would be safe, but the ball bounced right back into Williams' hands.
Look at the juggling catch he made. Overby doesn't wrap him up, tries to block him down. You cannot do that with that running back. He will run through tackle after tackle.
What a disaster for Nevada.
The extra point is good. 7 for State. Again, their draw. They like to run that. Williams bounces off 2 guys. He gets enough for the first down, just barely.
I can recall seeing, because when you got a senior quarterback like Vargas, you don't see that very often.
2nd and 19. He wants to go for a bundle, throwing up the middle to Stevens. Touchdown. Michael Stevens in the air at the goal line, comes down with it, and Chris Vargas, he was pushed back 2 times, and he strikes right back. A 28-yarder to Michael Stevens for the touchdown. Now Nevada, with the conversion, will be once again within 3.
They have not started the clock. Now they do. 1:20 and counting.
Vargas again looking for some magic. Come back to Michael Sr. That's complete, and he's down at the 17-yard line.
He's not able to get out of bounds, though. 1:08 and counting. He does not get to the first down near marker either, so that's not going to stop the clock.
Look at Sr. How game is he on that bad ankle? Barely able to get to the other side of the field, and yet he's still out there. Crockett comes over to cover him. 3 wide receivers left of the formation. Vargas throwing up the middle. He's got Stevens. He's got it. Touchdown. Michael Stevens makes the touchdown catch of the year.
Can you believe these guys? Can you believe these guys?
The Magic Man 10 times in his career.
Can he hang on and get his 10th come from behind victory, just like the Utah State game? And Dan, this might be the same play that he threw to Michael Stevens to win the Utah State game.
In traffic, Sammy Bell was there, put out an arm, couldn't get to him, and Michael Freeway Stevens headed on down the ramp. Kicks it low and on the ground. Out at the 23-yard line, it's picked up. Achavi, make it Crawford, the first to get down there and make the stop. Austin Tinsley picked it up, and now a team that doesn't throw well will try to go a great distance. They have to go 75 yards in 42 seconds. Covington fakes the draw, throws underneath, complete at the 30-yard line. Not enough. That's their tight end, Clark McBride. McBride jumps up quickly. The Indians trying to keep it going. They've got a distance to go. They've got about 66 yards to go. They've got 20 seconds to do it. Covington again. The run fake. He throws over the middle. Got a man open at midfield. A big catch at the Wolfpack 47-yard line. That is Reginald Murphy. So that will stop the clock. The 20-yard completion of Murphy. The chain's a little slow moving down the sideline in front of the Wolfpack bench across the way. You get a good shot at Reginald. He's their big receiver, the leading receiver coming into the game with 19 catches. Averaging 14-2, as I said earlier. That's a 20-yard grab. Covington again throwing. He's got a man open at the Wolfpack 30-yard line. That's Austin, Derek Austin. Nevada playing a prevent. That'll stop the clock. We have no time. The game is over. The University of Nevada with the miracle comeback, or did they? Wait a second. The officials are asking them to go to the sideline. We may have a couple seconds remaining. Rob Nicoleski has gone down to the sideline, hoping that he can get an interview. He's got a long way to go, though. We are 14 stories in the air. But Rob will be down there, and we must have a couple seconds remaining. Let's see if we can get the call. John Bobo legislating on the sideline. There is no time on the clock, but there obviously will be one more play. The official saying that when they got the first down, the clock should have been stopped, that the flag's limp. There is no win. And John Covington, the quarterback. Scrambles around. He throws in the end zone. He's got a man. Murphy, touchdown. He got it. Reginald Murphy with the catch. What a play. The Indians have done it. Reginald Murphy got beyond the secondary and the Wolfpack moments ago, riding the roller coaster of elation on their side, how quickly it has slipped away. Look at the pile in the end zone across the way. The Wolfpack players stunned with their helmets in their hands. They can't believe it. Some of them prone on the surface. Unbelievable. In Jonesboro, the way it ends, they reset the clock with 3 seconds, and the Indians find a way, and there is Jeff Horton. You gotta feel for the man. Look at Tom Matter. They want to find out if he's okay. He is just heartbroken. We've got a flag on the field, but I'm sure the touchdown will stand. As you look across the way, Jeff Horton. What a bitter pill. His team had fought back, and they had come all the way back. And then they go down to defeat 23-21 on a John Covington to Reginald Murphy touchdown pass. But let's get another look at it. Covington had to step up in the pocket as Washington put some pressure on. Momentary lost the handle. Then he threw a perfect strike. Murphy, at the deep recesses of the end zone, makes the catch beyond the coverage. Look at that. A foot inside. He makes sure he gets that right foot down. The band is on the field. Everybody's on the field. Are they going to try the extra point? Murphy, again, beyond Chapman, touchdown. Indians, they have won their second time this year. Look at Covington again. He doesn't even see it. He goes down after the ball is thrown, but perfectly thrown. Wow. The band goes to the sideline. Reginald Murphy, a play he'll never forget, a catch he will never forget. Just a freshman, 5'8". Look at the celebration. Derek Austin, you're going to beat him to death. Nevada not even sure they want to line up for the extra point. With the penalty in the celebration, it'll be a long one, but it doesn't matter. The outcome is determined. The celebration in the end zone, 15 yards, and look at Steve Bryant. He can't believe it, and I think there are very few other people that can. But the soldier that he is puts his helmet on. He's ready to go one more time. But for all these players that have had such a great year, they end up 7-4. Rob, what a way to end it.
It was an incredible way to end it. You think about all the great comebacks that Chris Vargas had led the Wolfpack to. He'd done it 9 times before. It looked like he had a 10th. But that's the strange thing about sports. Things somehow even out. One thing goes one way. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you get incredibly unlucky. And in this case, the Wolfpack allows a last play touchdown. And that's how Chris Vargas, Brian Reeves, Tom Matter, that's how these guys end their careers. Careers that were absolutely fantastic. Let's take a look at the play of the game before we wrap things up as Arkansas State on the very last play from scrimmage. Covington, who'd had his trouble throwing all game long, but all he needed was one good completion on the last play of the game. He finds his man for a touchdown, and Arkansas State comes away with an incredible 2-point victory over Nevada, winning 23-21. That'll wrap up our coverage here from Arkansas State, and that'll wrap up our coverage of Wolfpack football for 1993. No Las Vegas Bowl, a 7-4 record, and the end of the Chris Vargas era. That's it here from Jonesboro, Arkansas. For Dan Gustin, Paul Stewart, and myself, Rob Nicoleski. Have a good night. All set? What goes through your mind?
Past 5 years, everything that I've been through, my senior season, every game, every play, it makes me sad that I'm going to be leaving this more than anything else.
It's a bitter way to end it.
Yeah, it hurts a lot.
When Stevens caught the touchdown pass, you thought it was all over?
No, I'm the ultimate pessimist, and I count every second until the end. So I told the defense, as I came running over, we got 46 seconds to win this game, so go out and play tough. And but in the back of my mind, I thought it was another fantastic finish, another miracle. It just didn't work out.
Do you think that somehow in the cosmic scheme of things when you guys won so many games in the last second that the luck just ran out?
I don't believe in luck. So each game goes by each game. It's just a hard way to end it, and it's I think what did all those wins was just a lot of pride, a lot of work ethic that all of us put into it, especially the seniors, and that just wasn't enough today.
Did you look past these guys?
No, I don't think so. I thought all week long it wasn't, we put the bowl game aside, and this was, more than anything else, this is our fourth conference championship, and we wanted that more than anything else.
When you think back in your 5 years, what stands out, in your memory the most?
This right now. I compare this a lot to the Las Vegas Bowl. I had my friends here with me last year, and the same feelings are running through me, because Shar was a good friend of mine, is a good friend of mine, and I felt bad. I felt really horrible for him, the way he going out on such a note like that, and this is much the same, and it's just tearing my heart apart.
Just one of those deals, though, that in a couple days you'll get over it?
No, this is something I'll think, I mean, this is my life. This is the best time of my life. This is, I'm a Wolfpack player, and this is something that's going to carry with me for a long time.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, it's not something we, wanted to end it with. We were looking forward to the bowl game, going out as champions, but, it just didn't happen today. And now I know what it feels like to be on the other end, and it's not too good.
On the last play, what happened?
They called timeout, I guess, before the clock ran out, so we had time to talk to the kids, and obviously we said, hey, they got to score a touchdown, and just, those kind of things, you don't know how they happen or how to explain them. It's a good throw, good catch. They made the play, we didn't.
Was there any kind of defensive breakdown as far as strategy or a guy missing somebody?
No, I don't think, we were in prevent defense. That's what you got to be in that situation. Just some guy got behind and, made the play.
Okay. You ready? Okay. I wanted to get together with you and just at this particular time alert you to the fact that should the UNLV football job open up, and there is strong speculation that they are going to be looking for a new coach, I will not be a candidate for that job. Why? Well, there are an awful lot of reasons for it, but I think the bottom line is when you look at family, friends, the roots you have at a place that you've lived most of your adult life, when you've helped establish a working environment that has been somewhat successful, it's tough to leave that. And as you start weighing the potentials of the good, the bad, and the ugly, I think you come away with the thought that most importantly is to keep yourself involved with something that you believe in. It's tough to leave something that you had a strong part in building.
When did you come to this decision?
About an hour ago. I wanted to get it out of the way. It's, as you know, I think it's carried way too much press. I think it's taken away a little bit from the exciting football season that we're having, and I certainly understand what the media is trying to do. So my feeling now is if I could get it over with now, we've got a championship game we're playing tomorrow, and we can get the publicity back where it belongs, and that's to the kids and to the team. Today, this morning, I found out from two people, they said the players thought that maybe that was my farewell speech. That bothered me. It bothered me an awful lot. And so that just told me.
Wolfpack sports fans were stunned to learn this afternoon that Coach Jeff Horton is moving to UNLV.
And the jury has reached verdicts on 9 of the charges in the sexual assault trial of Dr. Gregory Minton.
Also, we'll find out what brought Secretary of the Interior Bruce Babbitt to Reno today and why some people aren't too happy about it. I'm Tad Dunbar.
And I'm Aaron Breen. News Channel 8 is next. Now, the other big story today, Wolfpack football coach Jeff Horton stuns Northern Nevada today by becoming the new head football coach at UNLV. That announcement made just this afternoon.
Sports Director Rob Nicoleski joins us now with details on this case. Stunned has got to be the word. Rob, did anybody see this coming?
I don't think so. This is the most shocking story in the 6 years that I've been in Reno as far as a breaking sports story. Now, here are the basics about what happened today. Jeff Horton, just finishing his first full season as Wolfpack head coach, is now the new head football coach at UNLV. About 1:30 this afternoon, the Wolfpack Athletic Department issued a news release announcing that Horton had resigned. Then at 4 o'clock in Las Vegas, Horton was officially named the new head coach of the Rebels. Horton also announces he's offered jobs to 7 of his assistant coaches to join him in Las Vegas. They're expected to accept. Horton says it's hard for him to leave the Wolfpack program, but felt this was too good an opportunity to pass up. Everyone is in shock.
I'm bitterly disappointed, you bet, because this is a special program, and you know, Jeff was like the young son taking it over, and I was awfully proud of what they were doing. And you know, last summer, you know, he was saying how he'd want to stay for 17 years, and this is the only program he wanted. So, you know, if he feels professionally it was a good move for him, that's fine. But I feel empty, you betcha.
When you lose a head coach and the whole staff, it's devastating, especially from a recruiting standpoint, because all the recruits that these coaches have been talking to for the past year, you know, now, you know, it would be natural, I think, to assume that they're going to try to attempt to sway those kids to follow them to UNLV.
A week ago, the speculation was that if any Nevada athletic official was heading to UNLV, it was athletic director Chris Ault. Well, a UNR coach is heading to Las Vegas, but it's not Chris Ault, it's Jeff Horton. We'll have more for you in sports.
All right, Rob, thanks. We'll call on you again in a few minutes here for some more details.
And again at 6:30. The big story that has a lot of people talking tonight is the resignation of UNR head football coach Jeff Horton.
Horton shocked just about everyone today when he broke the news that he would take over the head coaching job at rival UNLV.
News Channel 8 had the only Reno crew in Vegas for the announcement late this afternoon. Chris Gargano just arrived back here in town. He joins us in the newsroom with more. Chris, why is Coach Horton leaving?
Well, Jeff Horton told everyone today at a news conference in Las Vegas that this was the toughest decision he's ever had to make. A group of reporters and UNLV boosters on hand in Las Vegas this afternoon. At about 4 o'clock, Jeff Horton was announced as the new Rebels head football coach.
Well, after we got back from the banquet on Sunday, Jim Weaver called me at home about 2:30. We talked for a while. He called back later that night. We talked some more, and then he said, hey, we need to talk in person. So I came down Monday night. We met for about 6 hours and both hit it off very well and kind of saw eye to eye. And then this morning he called and offered me the job. And, you know, it was, you know, when I came here 4 years ago, the coach, you know, I came down here with the thought of being the head coach. And, you know, at that time we hit some roadblocks and I ended up getting the head coaching job in Reno. But, you know, I had the opportunity to come back again, and I really feel excited about this program and the possibility that this program has.
What about your memories? What will you look back on and what will you think about this past year?
Just the kids, you know, the comebacks, Utah State, San Jose, the game in Wisconsin, just having a chance to be a Division I head coach and the friendships and the relationships that we built with our players was really very special. And, you know, you don't replace those kind of things. You just try to go build them somewhere else.
Horton also plans on bringing nearly every member of his assistant coaching staff with him to Vegas. Back here in Reno, Wolfpack athletic officials and players are in shock. We'll hear from them later in the sports segment with Rob Nicoleski. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
Shock is putting it mildly. Other news tonight.
The shock waves just keep going out, I tell you.
Well, you know, when Dana was talking with the players, there's a feeling of betrayal there. I guess everybody's in shock.
There's so many different emotions. You know, you can look at it from Jeff Horton's standpoint, and it's a great job opportunity, but you can look at it from the player's standpoint. They feel like they've been left holding the bag. And you can look at it from Chris Ault's standpoint, which is, I've got a department that doesn't exist anymore. After just one season as Wolfpack head football coach, Jeff Horton resigns today and accepts a head coaching job at UNLV. News Channel 8's Chris Gargano was the only local sportscaster at today's news conference in Vegas. Here's his report.
A sight that comes as a complete surprise to Wolfpack fans. Jeff Horton shaking the hands of athletic director Jim Weaver of UNLV as he accepts the head coaching job of the Rebels.
You know, I had the opportunity to come back again, and I really feel excited about this program and the possibility that this program has, and the guys on my staff feel the same way because they all jumped on with me. I mean, I gave them the opportunity, if you want to come, come, and you know, most of them, 7 of them are coming.
Why Jeff Horton? Because I thought he was the right person for UNLV at this point in time. I think he has excellent people skills. He has the #1 pass offense in America. He's recruited a lot of the young men who are currently in the UNLV program.
So this is Jeff Horton's new home, or old home for that matter. The former Wolfpack assistant, Rebel assistant, Wolfpack head man is now the Rebel head man. he's come full circle. I mean, obviously you've spent time here, you've spent a lot of time up in Reno. Where is your heart, and how will you motivate the Rebels to play the Wolfpack?
Well, I don't think that'll be hard. You know, I'm a coach that coaches with a lot of emotion and coaches from the heart. We'll have our kids ready to go. I know those kids will want to come down and beat me just like I want to beat them. That's the nature of the game. It's going to have a little added significance on it with me being here and after being there last year. But, hey, I hope those kids do well up there, you know, all but for one game. And I'm sure right now they may not wish that against us, but, you know, I'm sure that in the long run they'll appreciate what we did for them. But, you know, right now they just don't understand. That's the tough part.
Did you have to pry him away, or what were the negotiations like?
Well, I think you have to understand that, and as Jeff said in his interview today, that he's had 4 jobs: UNR, UNLV, UNR, UNLV. So I think he has a fondness for both institutions.
This is a little financially better for you. It's a move back to Las Vegas. What do you think about that?
Well, I think you just do it. You know, I support, like he said, I support him, and this is his job, and he loves his job, and I know that he's not happy doing anything else, and so once again I will move.
The hardest part was today. I met with our team up there, the ones that we could get a hold of at 12:30. There's probably about 35 guys. The hardest thing was telling them that I was leaving because they put so much trust in me and belief, and a lot of them were upset, and deservedly so, because I did walk out.
Chris Gargano, News Channel 8 Sports.
Horton signs a 3-year contract worth $105,000 a year. That's $30,000 more per year than he earned here in Reno. How do the players feel about Horton's departure? Well, we talked to some tonight, and they are angry.
Yeah, I just wanted to I really wanted to just get into the ring with Coach Horton, and show him some things that I got.
All of us are still asking why. And, he talks about this cloud that was over his head. Well, he's left a big cloud over our heads, but, instead of backing out and giving up, we're going to fight, and he didn't fight.
When UNLV wants to face us next year, they will have to contend with the passing and running game and the defense that will return next year. So, Coach Horton, please be ready for what we have to give to you.
I just walked out. As soon as he said I resigned and I'm taking the head coach's job at UNLV, I got up and said, man, F this and whatever. I said, cuss words and all. I just walked out of there. I didn't need to hear no more because that's just a disrespect to this program.
Now that Horton has left us and gone to UNLV, I wish his name would just be erased from the program, because he's kind of put a bad name on Nevada football. And when the going gets tough, the Horton gets going.
There you go. He's going.
Exactly. Jeff Horton isn't the only coach leaving. He's offered just about everyone on his staff similar positions at UNLV. One assistant coach, defensive coach Ken Wilson, confirms to me tonight that he is leaving. A total of about 7 assistant coaches are expected to head south. All this leaves the Wolfpack football program in disarray. Nearly the entire staff is gone just when it's time to start recruiting players for next year.
I'm bitterly disappointed, you bet, because this is a special program, and Jeff was like the young son taking it over, and I was awfully proud of what they were doing, and last summer, he was saying how he'd want to stay for 17 years, and this is the only program he wanted. So, if he feels professionally it was a good move for him, that's fine, but I feel empty.
When you lose a head coach and the whole staff, it's devastating, especially from a recruiting standpoint, because all the recruits that these coaches have been talking to for the past year, now, it would be natural, I think, to assume that they're going to try to attempt to sway those kids to follow them to UNLV.
Is Chris all going to come back and coach?
Well, we don't even talk about that right now. I need some time to pull off. I'm trying to talk to the players as much as I can. That's my concern to the kids right now.
So you haven't closed the door on that possibility?
Oh, you never say never. Right now I haven't given any thought to that.
There's a news conference scheduled for tomorrow morning at 10 at the university, and that's where the university athletic department will announce what they're going to do with what's left of the football program and any kind of far-reaching plans. I would speculate that Chris Ault will probably come back on an interim basis for 1 year.
He almost has to, in a way, because you got to find a coach, you got to find all the assistants, and you got to go out and recruit. That's an awful lot to get done.
Yeah, and recruiting season starts literally right after your regular season ends. The Wolfpack season ended a couple of days ago, so the Wolfpack coaching staff, what's left of it, and once they are able to find a few assistant coaches, once those guys are lined up, they got to hit the road. That's very crucial.
Why?
Thanks a lot, Rob. Coming up tonight on News Channel 8, actually in the next section.
Purpose. The purpose has changed slightly, and that is to announce that we already set in motion a process to select a new head coach, and in fact, we have one, and his name is Chris Alt, and I'd like to ask Chris to...
Thank you. Does this work? Can you hear me okay? The only dissenting vote when the three of us met was the AD. You know, it's been an interesting turn of event, really, the last 2 weeks for myself in particular, and certainly for the university. But I've got to tell you that the ground swelling of support yesterday, not for me to come back into coaching, but by the players, I mean, the emotions that these kids went through, and seeing in their eyes what they felt was something that could have and should have never happened. And then the community jumping in like it is, it was overwhelming. It really shows that Wolfpack football is more than what happens on Saturday in Reno, Nevada. It truly is a family. It's a city that belongs together, and it's a university that comes together as one. And I can't tell you, there's been nobody as involved in Wolfpack football, as you well know, as myself. And I know about tradition, and I'm proud to be a part of it. But I cannot tell you, last night in talking with Kathy and the kids and stuff, the feeling I had inside to see the reaction of not only people internally but externally. And it goes to show that our program exists not only to compete in today and to reflect on the future, but to illuminate, or to reflect on the past, but to illuminate the future. That to me is what this thing is all about, and it's why I'm very fortunate. It's been a dream to come back and coach. I'm not sure I can make it 17 years, but we're going to give it a hell of a go. So I really appreciate your support. I'm excited, and I'll guarantee you this. You know, they say that success is a destination, not a journey. And some people say it's a journey and not a destination. I'm telling you, success is something that is thought of, something that is repeated, and something that is expected. And we expect to be successful. Thank you.
In any other university in the country, did you?
No, I really didn't. You know, and I said, when they asked, are you going to coach again, my answer was never say never. But no, I really didn't. You know, I had the chance. I've had the chance before. And you can talk about all the speculation and all this, but, you know, when it really came down to it, I just couldn't pull the trigger.
Coach, what's the status of Coach Mizell?
Ken will not be retained on this staff. I just visited with him, and it was a real emotional situation. But Ken will not be a member of the Wolfpack.
Was that your decision, Coach, or was that Ken's decision?
I think it's the best interest of both of us.
Coach, been in contact with Jeff Ward recently.
I don't know if, no. I mean, the last time I talked to Jeff was when he came in the office at, I want to say 11:15 or 11:30, I'm not sure, and told me that he had accepted the job.
Since that time, nothing?
No.
I'm really not interested right now to talk. I mean, we got things to get done here, and so does Jeff. And listen, let me just address that real quick. And